One of the most important early narrative threads in Grand Theft Auto 4 is Niko Bellic's relationship with Mikhail Faustin, and how it establishes the game's tone of instability, mistrust, and moral ambiguity. Mikhail is one of the first major criminal figures Niko works for in Liberty City, and their association acts as a cautionary introduction to how power, paranoia, and violence operate in this world. From the start, Mikhail presents himself as a traditional Russian mob boss, loud, volatile, and obsessed with respect. But beneath that surface, he's deeply insecure and dangerously unpredictable, which puts Niko in an increasingly uncomfortable position. Niko meets Mikhail through Roman's connections, and at first, the work seems straightforward. Mikhail offers protection, money, and status, positioning himself as someone who can help Niko get established in Liberty City's underworld. However, it quickly becomes clear that Mikhail's authority is unstable. He is constantly drunk, prone to violent mood swings, and obsessed with the idea that everyone around him is conspiring against him. This paranoia defines his leadership style and creates an environment where loyalty is demanded but never trusted. For Niko, who comes from a background shaped by war and betrayal, these red flags are immediately apparent, even if he continues to follow orders out of necessity. The missions involving Mikhail emphasize his recklessness. He sends Niko to assassinate rivals and perceived traitors based on little more than suspicion or wounded pride. These jobs aren't framed as strategic moves in a criminal empire. They feel impulsive, driven by emotion rather than logic. Niko often questions these decisions internally, and the player can sense his growing discomfort with the situation. This dynamic reinforces one of GTA V's core themes. Violence is rarely clean or justified, and those who wield power irresponsibly often drag others down with them. Mikhail's relationship with Dimitri Rascalov further complicates things. Dimitri acts as the calmer, more calculating counterpart, often trying to smooth over Mikhail's excesses. To Niko, Dimitri initially appears more trustworthy, especially compared to Mikhail's explosive behavior. This contrast is deliberate. Rockstar uses Mikhail to show overt instability, while Dimitri represents a quieter, more manipulative danger. Niko is caught between the two, navigating a power struggle that he neither caused nor fully controls. Mikhail's inability to see Dimitri's growing resentment and ambition ultimately seals his fate. The turning point comes when Mikhail's paranoia reaches its peak. He becomes convinced that Dimitri and others are plotting against him, and his behavior grows more erratic and self-destructive. Eventually, Dimitri manipulates Niko into assassinating Mikhail, framing it as a necessary step for survival and stability. The execution itself is deliberately unceremonious. Mikhail dies loudly, defiantly, and confused, shouting about betrayal until the very end. It's not a triumphant moment, it's bleak and unsettling, reinforcing that Niko isn't dismantling evil so much as replacing one problem with another. This moment is crucial for Niko's character development.